Welcome back to the Hypervision Podcast, episode 43. This is your co-host number one, Drew, and we have co-host number 2 here, who I'm joined with.
What is up? We're back, baby.
We're back.
Back in it.
From a long, good weekend of Tyler McManus's wedding.
Yeah, man. It was it was good. Good time. Good to see everybody. Haven't seen everyone in a while. So yeah, it was good to get together. So fun time, absolute blast, as I said to Tyler, and it's got to happen soon again. But obviously, that's not. But you know what I mean.
Hopefully, he doesn't get married again soon.
Yes. Yeah. I ideally. I don't think that'll happen. That was good. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. I teared up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. It got me in the feels. It got me.
Yeah, I mean, in the ceremony, Natalie gets within eye shot of everybody. And I mean, Tyler made it a half second before, like, just streaming tears and like quivering lip. Like, it wasn't even like a little like tremble. It was just like going nuts. And I was like, man, I have never seen Tyler that fully emotional.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you couldn't even give me a half second to prepare myself and be like, all right, I will be okay. It was just straight in there. I'm like, man, I got to watch Tyler cry now. Great.
Yep. It was good, man. Yeah. So, but no, it was good to see everyone. And yeah, absolute blast. So, yeah, we back.
We are back. I got to get back into editing a little bit. But this is when we're in the thick of things. Noah's winding down on his baseball season. I'm getting to the point where I have a game Tuesday, a game Thursday, a game Saturday, a game Tuesday, a game Thursday, a game Saturday. So, we're in the thick of things, but we're churning out content as much as we can.
When is that done? What are you done with Sergeant?
So last regular season game is October 12th, and then it goes into tournament. So anytime between mid to late October and sometime November if we make state runs. So, and just to put it out there, we beat the number 4 team in the state already. So there's a chance.
We're back. We're back.
Yeah. We've beat number 4, tied number 11, and lost to number 10. Which, I mean, that means you're in the mix at that point, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely in the mix.
You're in the mix.
We're in the mix.
Somehow we beat the best one. I don't know. Hey, things happen though. That's how sports work.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of sports, sports are back. Well,
I was gonna say we could go 30 minutes into the NFL, but I don't know if we want to do that.
We could just briefly say it was good. Got back, was able to watch some football, and week 1, NFL's back, baby.
NFL's back. Packers still have a good quarterback, no matter what.
Yeah, Jordan Love might be the MVP right now. So
no, it's Tua.
Yeah, it's Tua.
Or Tyreek.
Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, that's good. That's back. So yeah, as Drew said, baseball season winding down. Thank God. That'll be done here at the end of Sunday, his last game. So that'll be done, and then we'll kind of into our off-season stuff. So yeah, should be good. A little more time on my hands, and be on to the next journey here soon, hopefully. So
yeah, new journey, Noah.
Yep. That's the plan.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think all this just shows that we got things going on. I got things in the works that I've sent Tyler and Noah today for a potential fall collection. The video I'm working on I think is gonna be pretty cool. I got a good song in mind for it and some good things to put together to show. It's gonna have part of that picture I sent you guys earlier, Noah, with the little sunset and everything. But metaphorically, kind of just like a video of just like summer's winding down. We're heading into fall. All of the everything that applies to that in general. All the great summer memories and everything. Time with your friends. It's the most time off or vacation like time. Um, Kind of like, it depends on how some people look at it, I guess, of like that lull into where I guess it's more considered the darker times with fall and winter, just because there's not as much sunlight and all that kind of stuff, and everyone just kind of gets more down on themselves, I would say.
Yep.
Um, but yeah. Anyway, that's the fall is going to be centered a little bit around those ideas and stuff. I think at least trying to get out content and also like maybe some podcast episodes about it. Um, Honestly, I don't think for our other podcast ideas, I haven't touched my Kindle in probably 2 weeks. But
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into it here. We're
yeah,
gonna be fine.
need a better rhythm there.
Yeah.
Got out of it a little bit, but yeah, still got the ideas to get other people in. Um, and for our own selves, working on our own stuff to be able to make as good of a podcast as we can and a brand. Um, but honestly, I think like just like a perfect example of us doing that is just like this past weekend. Like at least like what I've said on here and what I feel like is understood between you and me, Noah, of like what hypervision is, and it's like it's not just me, it's not just you, it's not just us as a thing. Like at the core of it, sure, it looks like it's us because it's you and me on the podcast every time, um, and you and I go through most of the decisions and everything. But without everything that we have around us and who we have with us and what we do with those people, this podcast isn't what it is. And like spending the time of like a weekend out at one of your best friend's weddings and just a ton of your friends out there and like building new relationships with other people that you meet there, of like I feel like now within the last really this summer, like early, like late spring, early summer is when I really started to hang out with like the rest of Tyler's groomsmen. Like a couple of them I had seen here and there, like obviously Caleb, going to
Yep.
Wilmington for a year. So
Yep.
I've been with him a bit more than everyone else,
Hmm.
and Justin, and playing Xbox with him. But like
Yep.
most of the other guys, I had like no actual relationship with, um, besides like passing moments. But like, yeah, this whole summer, like I've hung out with him here, there, and all around or whatever. But like those are guys that like from day one of hanging out with them, they had my back, and now I feel like I've got their back. Like it was just an immediate like, yeah, like Justin said in his speech, the wolf pack just gained another wolf.
I did chuckle with that because I
Yeah.
knew his gamer tag was that, and I was like, ah, okay, I get it, I get
Well,
it.
I guess it just means that I haven't seen it. Maybe you haven't either. Apparently, that's from The Hangover.
Okay, I think that rings a bell. That rings a bell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if the whole thing is, but yeah, I think he took at least inspiration from it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But no, I
cool.
liked it still. Like the same principle of that still stands. Like you got your dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Where my dogs at? um,
No, it was good.
but yeah, like I was sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I think I'm in the same boat as you where I haven't talked to Tyler's friend group as much as probably you have, but like I think this past weekend was probably the first time I actually had like uh, a good conversation with like Isaac. Like I don't think I've ever talked to him in person. I don't think
Right,
besides that time. So that was good. He's cool. Obviously Caleb, yeah, and Caleb's just he's
the
Caleb.
mountain wizard.
He's the mountain wizard. He's a different breed, man. He's something
Oh
else.
yeah,
But then yeah, obviously Justin. But yeah, it was just good. It was good to see everyone. Good to be in one place, and something that I definitely never forget. So it was good.
yeah. No, it was honestly a great weekend. Um, Tons of great memories. Just all this kind of stuff. Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
so I've looked just to. So I'm gonna. This is when like apparently, so I was trying to see when the last or like the first official day of fall is. September 23rd is the official day of fall.
Okay.
And so now I'm going from like that huge weekend of everything, seeing all my friends, seeing Tyler get married and everything, and hang out with all these guys. Going into 6 games in the next 2 weeks now. I feel like just means I think my summer is officially over. Like that was like the real like
Like not, the culmination. I don't know, or just like the.
it's
I
the
wouldn't say
ending. I don't
culminate.
know the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the
Yes.
closing act.
Yes.
I
Yes.
guess.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna when I eventually I'm gonna try to get that video out like sometime this week of just like the thing I was talking about earlier, and then like it goes into like the new fall collection. And I'm gonna say because I'm gonna give myself a hard deadline here, and I'm gonna try to actually get this one. Unlike the website that I said would be done on New Year's, and it was done in August.
Fine.
Um,
It's done.
it happens. Um, I'm gonna try to give myself an actual hard deadline of the 23rd and drop all that stuff on the first day of fall. So which means I got 12 days um, to learn all to get all that sorted out or whatever. Um, yeah, but like I don't know. It was just like for me, it was like a good like I had my whole drive home, and this is honestly the drive home is where I was like, I thought of some things, and I was like, you know what, I think tomorrow's probably a good day for podcast. One, it's a Monday, which means for sure we probably have time because that's just how it works out for us.
Yep.
Um, but like even then, I feel like that just made it even more like, yeah, this is just like perfect timing, like of all this reflecting I'm doing because last night the night drive home. So like Sunday, I stayed at Tyler's place because I don't go on their honeymoon until Thursday, and I probably left at like 9:30. I had a 2 hour drive back.
Ew. Last night. Ugh.
Yeah, but like I genuinely was like, if I didn't have work tomorrow, I would just keep going. And it was like it was not like a like anything was going on. It was just like the I've been trying to like all day long think of words to avoid using vibe, but the late night drive vibe that was happening at that moment was like I think as good as it ever got. Like it was just like the music I was playing was like perfect and everything, and like I also realized that I think Tory Lanez is a much more talented artist than I've ever known.
Ooh, a little hip hop.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like my music style, like I like the range. Like that's why I like Childish Gambino a lot, is because he has rap, but he also has the ability to sing,
Yes.
and he kind of those like switches and flows and songs.
Mhm.
Tory Lanez has that apparently. I didn't know that. Learned that yesterday. Um, but yeah, it was just like I don't know. I had like thoughts here and there, just like things about like this. But like it was just like a capsule, like a capsulation. I don't know what the capsule. I don't encapsulated. We both know we can't think of the word right now, and we're not going to do this anymore. That was the first 20 episodes of Hypervision was me trying to figure out words. We'll
Culmination.
just
I don't know.
I don't know, but it was
I
just
don't
like
remember.
I just I felt I don't know if it's closure either. Maybe that
Nah, I wouldn't say it's closure.
I don't know, but like I think I just like reflected on like the whole summer or like the last 4 or 5 months maybe,
Hmm.
and like when I think about it, like some of like the times in that span, I think like I can actually like genuinely think back, and I know in those moments I was sitting there like, man, this is like one of the best days of my life, like genuinely, and it was great. Like this summer had some of those like best moments that I've
Yeah.
gone through. I think, yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I know like probably 80, 95, 99, if not all of them were probably just with like other people and like going out and doing things with other people and just like not even just like saying yes or giving into things, but like just kind of like realizing like in that moment, like, man, this is great. Like I'm happy with what I did. I'm happy with where I'm going and all this kind of stuff. And I think yesterday in the car, I kind of just had like just a moment for myself where I was like, I'm good. I'm good. And like, not that I was ever like bad, I guess, but it was just like, I'm going to always be at a point in my life, I think, where there's going to be times that are good. There's going to be times that are bad. And I'm going to constantly be kind of ebbing and flowing. I hit the mic, ebbing and flowing in between, like probably like those areas, and I'm okay with that. I think I talk on here a lot about like chasing that motivation and chasing those like spurts, that we always say we get, and then like that's when I want to go into it and lean into it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that still. Like when you're more motivated than normal to lean into it, because that's great. Why not lean into those moments? But I think a lot of times I try to chase too much on being not even happy, but like things that I think would make me happy at that moment, or
Mm-hmm.
like just grasping at things when they're right there, just because, maybe I couldn't wait, or maybe like, I don't know, I didn't have the patience or whatever it is. Like, I think I spent a lot of time over the last few years doing that. And I don't, and this is just, it was a moment of driving and I was like, yeah, now we're perfect. But yeah, I don't know, just trying to like live more present in the moment and just be more intentional. I think we even had an episode about this before, of being present and intentional. But like I feel like now I've got a little bit more of an understanding of that, because like I've genuinely this summer done that a bit more. And I say honestly, a large part of that, as cliche as it sounds, is just like staying off your phone a bit,
Mm-hmm.
like around everyone. And like, it's a lot easier when you're at a wedding and you're told to not bring your phone out with you because they don't want to see a phone imprint in your pocket when you're standing up there.
Yeah.
But like I had the choice of going to get it right after the ceremony was over, but I was like, I don't need it. I'm just going to be with everyone here. I don't need to, have my phone on or anything or check scores, because I didn't care.
Yeah.
But it was great. Like just the ability to be around people and enjoy their presence and everything. And I'm not saying that can't be done through electronics and stuff. Like some of those nights include like of like those like, oh man, I love this. Like I never want this to stop type stuff of like when we're just playing Xbox. And we've had this conversation before. I won't rant or do the why of like why can't that be a thing? Um because like, for some of us that's our easiest way to communicate. Like unless we're going to try to get like all six of us here in a phone call and just chill and talk,
Yeah.
why not do that while also playing a game that we like at times? But
That's true.
yeah, I just I feel like I've put a lot more effort into figuring out ways to enjoy things and get the most out of the time I have with people, because like I think I don't even know if I actually said this to them, but like I was hanging out with a couple guys from home 2 weeks ago, and it was a Friday night or Saturday night, I don't remember. I think it was a Friday. And they were like, yeah, we'll go out, get a drink, and get something to eat. And then one of the guys was like, yeah, okay, well I gotta go back to work after, so like I won't stay long. And then another guy was just like, yeah, I just wanted to get a drink, that's all good with me. And I was like, cool, I agreed to play FIFA tonight at 3 o'clock already. I agreed this. It is now like 6. So they were much farther ahead, and it was you guys that I agreed to play FIFA with and all that. So I spent probably like 5 hours with those guys at the place, hanging out. And then I got to the point where like, all right, what's next? What are we doing next? And the guy that had to work was like, I'm good. Let's go somewhere else. I was like, I can't. Because I banked on you guys following that. You said we only had one thing. It's fine. I'm not upset about them or anything, or saying, oh no, we should hang out more. But like they started giving me crap for it, and I was like, I don't care. I'm going home. And they're like, oh, you play FIFA with them all the time and all that. I was like, I do. I play a lot with them, but I also can see you guys whenever I want, more often than not, at least. If I want to see Tyler, I've got to drive 2 hours. If I want to see Noah, I've got to drive 12 hours. If I want to see Ian, I got to drive 12 hours actually. Um,
Yeah.
but like, and if I want to see Adam, I got to drive down to Cincy, which is closer, but it's not Springboro and Kettering, you know?
Yeah. Mm.
Um, but like, I was like, that's my time with them, like I've got them from, and I'd already, like we pushed back probably an hour and a half of that night, probably. Um, but yeah, I was like, that's my time. And like, I don't want to waste that while I have it, you know? You never know when someone's just not going to have time to be on Xbox. Like someone's going to have time, like you might have free time, but you might not have free time for Xbox, or you might not have free time for a podcast, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't care. Like, I know saying, hey, I'm going to leave hanging out with you guys for the night to go home and play Xbox. I know how that sounds. I know how it comes off. Um, but like, I had the plan already. And one, it's something I enjoy. It's something my friends enjoy. And it's something we love doing together. So, whatever anyone else says or thinks, I find it to be wrong because that is a thing that we do. That is our thing.
Mm.
It's not like at the wedding we sat there and we're like, well, this is all we know what to do. No, we'll hook up the Xbox. No, we hung out, we talked, we danced, we had fun, you know?
Absolutely.
But it's because we
Great.
finally got that opportunity to do something
Yes.
other than that.
Yes.
That, like, because we can't do that every weekend, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be awesome. It'd be sick. But
Yeah.
no, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I think that last part really, you really hit it home. I think it's just like, hey, you know, what we did this past weekend, we can't do every week. So it's like the only thing we can do is Xbox or talk on the phone if we really do that,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it's just good to. It was good to do that, let loose a little bit, have some fun, have some good conversation, and yeah, we're good. So stuff
Yeah.
that it's little stuff like that too that I will always cherish because um, obviously, yeah, it's we just don't get to do it very often. So the times that you do, uh, you try and make the most of it. So
Yeah. Um, so I guess I want to ask you, how would you give yourself a rating for your summer? Or just like, if you can give it as short as you want, as long as you want, just like the things you did, the things like maybe you were disappointed that you didn't get to do, that you didn't accomplish, that you're glad you did, goals kind of you set, or anything like that. If I don't know, like your summer as a whole, how do you feel like it was for you?
it's tough to gauge because I feel like the my job it kind of tarnishes that a little bit because it's literally throughout the whole entire summer.
Right.
Uh, so I'd say like I didn't do what I wanted to do, but I can't really do anything because of the job. So it's basically like you know season literally starts in April, and that season runs from April through September. So it's like the summer months of June, July, August. You're pretty well at the ballpark, and then you have events that get scheduled for days that you don't even have games. So that's awesome. Um, so I didn't really do much. I really just knew in the back of my mind that this past weekend was going to happen. So I was like that. I kind of used that as my wouldn't say vacation, but like, and that's the time I knew where I had the most time off. I took a day off prior, and then I took the day off too, so I kind of have a little weekend, long weekend, just kind of uh, take some time to myself before, and obviously then today I kind of just I honestly just sat around today and just like thought about stuff, and it was really good. Anyhow, but for the summer itself, yeah, I mean. I I didn't really, do much. I think, goal wise, I kind of just wanted to, do better in work, and I wanted to, I think one thing that I wanted to do that I really didn't do is just kind of get a better, I wouldn't say dietary, but like just like get, I guess I really wanted to get like more in shape, and that's something that just never happened. I'm hoping I can, pick that back up here in the winter maybe. Um, that would be one thing that I didn't work on. But like, I mean, I just didn't really do much, and it really sucks too because in the weeks that you have off of games, I just had the motivation to do nothing. Like, like you literally work from game weeks are always Tuesday through Sunday. We usually have that Monday off, and I do nothing on that Monday besides do like laundry and like dishes, just like the normal life stuff that you do around your apartment, and then you're back to work Tuesday through the weekend, and then that weekend that you have off. I just didn't had no motivation to do anything. Like I just wanted to do nothing. I sat around, watched TV, play video games. Um, and it sucks too because like I have friends at work, but they're kind of in the same boat where it's like, hey, if anybody wants to go out, and they're like, just don't really want to. Like we kind of just want to do nothing. So it sucks. That's why it's nice to have Josiah and those guys down back home. They're like an hour away because hey, like they're kind of interested. They want to do stuff on the weekends, so whatnot. But like that's kind of really was like my saving grace because like I don't mind being home, but like at sometimes like I do like to go out and like kind of enjoy myself and I just kind of feel trapped in this room sometimes. And so that was kind of like my on some weekends I would just go out and have fun and do some stuff. But I think just the motivation factor really just kind of got me the summer, and that's kind of why I'm like trying to look at my next what kind of what's next for me, and hoping that I can have a little more time to really work on myself because that's something I really wanted to do this summer and something that I really think that just didn't happen. So
So I know last year you talked about like when you lived on your own, your first year in Akron.
mm,
Like towards the end of that, like living on your own, like it was starting to get to you a little bit, and like you're glad that it got to the point where you had to go move out and live with somebody else, probably.
yeah,
Um, do you think like this year having a roommate or just like kind of being around people a little bit more, like that was like more of a benefit to you?
yeah, I certainly think so. It's weird because like I always thought like I was fine being alone, like you know, I think I do, but just not like for that long of periods of time. I mean, it was like every day, and it's like, man, you get like what 2 3 weeks, in the same apartment, like just by yourself. It kind of like, all right, can we, just I'm literally talking to myself at that point. So no, it's like I definitely think that yeah, having a roommate definitely like helps. Kind of just like my like mental health, I think, really. Because yeah, towards the end there last year, it was pretty bad, and it was yeah. So yeah, definitely changed. But but then since then it's like okay, now I'm in a better spot there technically, but now I kind of want to take that next step, for myself and just kind of
Yeah,
work more on myself. So yeah,
I love to hear that. Honestly, that's the you see it, you see the at least from last year to this year or whatever time frame you want to use, just like there's a little bit of improvement here. That's great, but there are things I still want to do and get better. I like that. And I kind of think like that helps me at least think honestly. Like I feel like lately, the last couple months of just like this podcast and everything, and between like you and me, I feel like somehow we're on our best understanding of things and like doing our best episodes and like just getting the best things out that we're doing. And it's not like we've put more time into it or anything like that. Like, we're filming less often than normal. Um, it's never like a huge planning thing. It's just kind of like, hey, you're free. Cool, let's go. Type thing. And I'm not going to say it's like a foolproof plan because we're still as famous as we were last year. Um, but like I'm going to try to speak for you here and you can completely tell me if I am wrong, but I feel like this is kind of like the best we've done with our podcast and the best we feel about it. And like, I'm very happy with what we're doing and how it's going.
yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think for me, really, this I guess this season, I guess you could call it, it's like it's just really like it's kind of made me think. And whenever you say, "Hey, let's do one," and you say, "Hey, we don't have we don't have a topic," it's like, all right, well, that's totally fine. Let's just where are we at in the moment? And
Right.
I think uh, doing all these really made me think. It's like thinking of my life, uh, and then just putting that into perspective throughout the podcast we already have done. So yeah, no, I definitely agree. It's honestly just made me think more about life in general too. So
Yeah.
it's good.
I think when I like first pitched the format we were going to go with this year of just like sometimes we might film a couple a week, 2 3 a week if we've got the time. We might do little mini series of things where like we have a topic and we do like 2 3 4 podcasts, which we still haven't done on that yet, but like it was just the idea of like no, whatever comes in our head we're just going to eventually do it, and that's how it's going to go. Like it won't be weekly episodes. It's not going to be, I might even upload them on Mondays every time. Like it'll just be when it's going to be, and we're going to do it. how we please.
Yep.
And I think I told Andrew or something like that. I'm like, and I genuinely think that is going to be the best thing for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like
I do.
I've gotten some of like, yeah, we've gotten some of our best stuff out. Like we've just kind of like, in a way, it's almost made us work better at it, I guess. Like put a little bit more thought into it because
Hmm.
I think last time we started, like in the other seasons, like towards mid part of it or like the ends and late parts, we would just kind of get repetitive and be like, all right, well, we need one for Monday, so what can I think of? And then it's just
Being more, I think we were,
spitballing.
yeah, we were more topic driven, and
Hmm.
I just think,
Oh,
I think if you have a topic, fine, that's totally fine. But it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, just a little more free flowing
yeah,
conversation. Talking about where we are and kind of what's going on in our lives is just better content and better for us, I think, in general. So
yeah.
personally,
Trying a
that
little too hard to
so
pick out a topic instead of letting one find us.
yeah,
You know.
yep. So
But I also liked what you said about the like, there were things in your summer that didn't hit that you think you had on your list or like maybe you wanted to accomplish.
yeah,
But you were saying now that you're gonna, like within this next week after the season's over, you'll most likely have more time or whatever, and try to pick those things back up. And and I like that because the thing I brought up earlier of like the summer heading into fall thing and like season changing, it's getting gloomier, whatever, all that stuff. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if like it's not going to be like a whole theme of like hope type thing, like for what I try to push around fall and stuff like that. But like just because summer ends doesn't mean like your whole entire goals you had, like if anything didn't hit, like well, I guess I gotta wait till next summer type thing.
yep, yep.
Um, I'm sure there are some that applies to if it's like a strictly summer thing, like trying to get a beach bod, but
I don't want that.
you can
I
still go
just
to the beach in
know.
November.
Yeah,
It's different.
nah, nah. I just think for me, I just know I'm not trying to get like jacked, but just
Oh,
like
I know. Yeah,
just better,
yeah,
more in shape. So, and
yeah.
as you were saying, the fall time stuff, we're almost well. I've still been bumping it, but one of my favorite songs, "Fall Time" by
Yoel.
yep,
Yeah,
well, Over the Guy. That song is
I
almost it's almost back, baby. It's almost time.
yeah. I was playing some of his music, the ones that I recorded because I can't find them anywhere else
Mm,
that I
mm,
screen recorded on
hmm.
the one place I could find them, just in case they ever get taken down. But yeah, no, they still honestly very talented guy. Um, but yeah, I mean the song is its best things happen in the fall time. I mean he could be right, he could be wrong. It's what you make it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean like there's just because summer is over doesn't mean it's also going to be the song by the way on the video.
No,
um, it
I
just it
agree.
works perfect.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it's at least the perspective I had of just like thinking about how the fall could be and like the things that like I want to try to accomplish coming out through this because like I'll be with you on the thing of like maybe just like it's a lifestyle thing of just like cleaning it up a bit and polishing things and refining things about myself, um, getting a better routine and habits and stuff. That I've talked about probably multiple times, but done for a week and then gone, well, I tried. But like, just goes kind of things. But uh I don't know. I think we'll see if I'm wrong eventually, but like the perspective I have of like, it almost feels like I'm gonna say a hippie thing when I say it, of just like the man, life what it is kind of thing. But like, you know, I at least understand that like not everything's gonna go right in my life. People will come in, people will come out. Like I'll go for things that don't happen. I can go for things that will happen. Like you can win things, you can lose things, type things. This soccer season has been really fun, honestly. Like it's been up and down. It's been here and there, but like I've really enjoyed it. Getting involved in these kids' lives and everything. Just like training them, teaching them, and all of this stuff. But like you win games, you lose games. We might not go that far in playoffs. You never know. Someone else could win it more. Someone else could play really well, or we could go all the way. We're going all the way. Um, but like I just feel like I'm pretty happy with how I feel about things. I'm just like, things are gonna happen. It is what you make of it, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think, for me, it's kind of just it's finding that next step. I think we're gonna learn that here soon. Uh, we'll see. We'll see. Big things on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean that's great. You're finally gonna find a job that you 100% like, hopefully.
Ideally, I think I don't want to get too much into the job thing, but um,
Yeah,
I this was just to kind of get in the foot in the door, and now it's kind of like, all right, let's figure out what's next and kind of solidify something. So uh, we'll see, we'll see, but
yeah, for the
good.
future. I feel like I said this a long time ago, maybe even season one, before I moved in here with Andrew, that like I felt like I was at a point where like I'm okay with where my life goes. Like not like but like I didn't have a plan for what I was gonna do next of like where I move out, what I do, or job wise and stuff like that. But like
Hmm.
I was open. Like I was just like, you know what? Whatever happens with it's gonna happen, and I think I'm okay with it. Honestly, not a ton changed. I'm still at the same job, but I really enjoy that. Um, and I moved 5 minutes down the road. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Whenever I feel like I'm in those kind of moods or like, I get that perspective, I feel like that's when I'm actually just like, maybe not even my happiest, but just like I'm the most content with myself and I'm the most content with what I'm doing and how I feel. Um, I feel like, I don't get affected by much by things as much. That's the way to word it. Affected by things as much. Um, just kind of like, you know, I'm not out here desiring more than I think I should go for or anything like that. Or like, uh, um, just being content with myself and what's around me and just building on what I have and trying to make that stuff better because I'm happy with everything I have. And, you know, I have made most of the things in my life at the ability to where as long as I just put time and effort into it, I can make it better. It's not, I don't really have anything I think that I've peaked at yet. Um, Besides, I didn't even have a joke. See, I don't think have anything in my life that I've peaked at yet.
Oh,
There's all the things in my life that I do. Like cooking, cleaning. I definitely haven't peaked at that. Um, no, I've seen a picture of my room from time to time, and I could move this camera around in this room, and yeah, I can get better at that. Organization as a whole. Um, you know, FIFA, I can still get better there, even as good as I am.
so, I don't think I need that. I think I'm already just too
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I think you have peaked.
I, I hope not. It's God. Uh,
um, but just like all around, like just my lifestyle. I don't think that's peaked. Hopefully, but conversationally, I don't think I've peaked the way I treat people. I don't think I've peaked the way I think I will feel about other people, why they feel about me. I don't think that's peaked. Just my emotions and my maturity, I don't think has peaked. Um, I can say that. Oh, still got that wrong. I don't think my maturity's peaked because there's a Reptar thing on my wall, maybe. But no. Yeah, no, I'm just saying I think maybe we'll see how long this lasts, maybe a week. But I don't know. I feel like I've gone through a very eye-opening summer of just like uh, you know, I've gone through a bit. I've had wins, I've had losses, I've had the podcast episodes on here of like, just things that I struggled with that happened here and there. And, sometimes you battle demons, but you come out on top. This weekend I battled some demons, but I came out on top after a long rehearsal dinner night. Bottles just kept finding my hand,
hey, you know what?
but we came out on top.
Sometimes that happens. So I knew I couldn't go hard Saturday night, so I decided to
Sunday
go
night.
kind of go a little hard Sunday night, and you saw how that went. Um,
Well,
I don't know, man. I was. Oh, that might have to be off topic,
it's
but
fine. Hey, Hypervision had a fun weekend, man.
we
Look,
we,
we were
we
smart,
did.
we were safe, and we were responsible. Nothing crazy. We were good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Um,
Let's just say, oh, never mind. Well, whenever the drinks
I
start
remember
flowing,
the I remember the weekends, and that's what matters. I was there when it mattered. I was, no one had to take me aside, anything like that. It was just maybe should have calmed down a little bit so I didn't have a headache in the morning. Is all. That's all. It's a rough morning. That was it. We recovered, and we were there for the wedding, and we enjoyed it.
yep, we did.
We did.
It's good.
Killed it on the dance floor.
Oh yeah, dude.
Um,
The Amon Ra got it. That was probably the most used answer for some odd reason. I don't know why. I just thought about
it
that.
just it was
That
just
was
a
the most.
thing that we had. Like on Friday, we were just like screwing around, and we're like, "Oh, did you see what Amon Ra did on the celebration?" And like then it was just funny because like we were laughing about how quickly they pulled the camera away from him because they got the one pump in, and they were just like, "Whoa, nope, not getting that on there." Do we know if he got fined?
Probably won't know until. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe not till tomorrow because that's like the second week starts.
Okay,
I
but
don't
he's
know.
definitely
We'll
he
see.
should, yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
probably.
like quadruple five
Yeah.
pumped on camera.
Yeah. I mean, probably should.
First
Yeah.
game of the season. Come on. It's
Probably.
hilarious and I love it. But yeah, no, we just kept doing it as like a just like as a bit, and then it made its way to the dance floor.
Yeah. It was good. That was good.
As the supervision died down and there were less parents and children.
A lot of country
So
songs,
yeah, but hey, it's a
which
country wedding.
yeah, which was fine, and yeah, and yeah, it was good. It was good. We definitely made the most of it. So
Yeah, I think I've said that a few times now. Of the like, it is what you make it. If you wanted to go in there and just kind of, chill, relax, have a good time, you could have. If you wanted to go in there and hate it, you probably could have. If you wanted to go in there and try to have the best time you probably could have. Guarantee it.
hmm,
There's always outside factors that can affect things. Don't quote me on this, but you know, more often than not, I like to think that most situations can kind of just be what you make it. I'm not saying manifestation is real. I don't know how that actually works. I manifested it and it happened, but
yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
I don't know. I have never given enough thought to it, but
not for me. Good.
yeah, I don't know. I think if there are things out there that you like that you want to go for, it is what you make it. You can leave it where it is and just kind of hope things work out. You never know, or you can, I don't know, go for it. Do what you got to do. Live
Yeah,
it up. Live in the moment.
I agree. I agree. Good stuff, man. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I probably got more, but I don't know. It's usually good to not let me ramble for too long.
No.
Um, I don't know if I have
I'm
anything else.
about to go watch some more football.
Either
Um, tell me why I shouldn't put all my money on Allen Lazard touchdown.
we're not a betting podcast. I don't want to promote things that will obviously happen.
Okay, that's a good enough answer for me.
um, yeah,
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. It's good to talk about just kind of where we are right now, and don't expect it to change anytime soon. Like this format, I guess I should say. Um,
yeah. We would
which
have
you
to
know,
make hypervision a full time thing for it to change at this point.
yeah,
It
which would be awesome.
would.
But
And you know who can make that happen? You who is listening to this podcast. Share it with everybody you know. Every single time there's an episode, a clip, anything like that. Show them the website, show them the merch. The merch would obviously be the easiest way to get us there just because that directly funds money into the podcast. But yeah, do what you want with it. I don't care. It's your stuff.
Josiah liked
Um,
he liked the merch.
yeah, he finally got his March
He
Madness merch.
you saw him. He had it on, and then after as the Browns game started, he's like, no, I have to take this off. I'm sorry. He immediately puts on the Denzel Ward jersey, and it's like, I don't know, whatever. Just absolute full Browns mode. But no, yeah,
I respect it.
it was good. It was good. Yes, definitely plug the merch, and ooh, the iPhone case. Obviously, like,
Yeah,
well,
so those aren't
I turned
in
my
on
phone
the
around.
store yet, but I got one here.
Yep.
The OG logo. One's in a clear, more like softer plastic case. Noah's is more of a. His has a bit more color to it. It's a bit fuller color wise, at least. It's like a hard plastic one, but it worked out. I only got one of each, and I wanted the one that was clear. And I asked Noah. He was like, "Oh, I want the one that's the hard plastic." I was like, "Cool, easy."
Yep. So
um, Hold on one
sick.
second. I had a SpongeBob wallpaper come on that makes music in the background, and it was getting annoying.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a 3D one. Um, yeah. Anyway, I think mostly just wanted to get out my realizations and how night drives are the best thing in the world. Long night
we
drives, at least,
I
but
actually
even just a night drive in general. Yeah.
yeah, I had one last night. That was maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll will. Drew always says he wants to get into my brain, and I'll be honest with you. I don't share a lot, but maybe one day I'll share.
So we had a realization on the night drive last night.
We did. We did.
We're still recording.
It's not gonna happen. Trust me.
All right. All right. I respect it.
Maybe one day.
Means there's potential. Hey, you said there was potential there.
I would do it if we were like face to face. I don't really. That's one that's got to be like face to face. I wouldn't want to do anything like that over the
Okay.
over that. So
Works for me. In person podcast.
at some point.
Nah, just in general, we're good. Yeah. But yeah, more coming from us still. Always working on some cool content, just media wise, whether it's a podcast, a video, stuff like that, merch, blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I feel good about where the podcast is and what we're doing with it, and some things we have in store and planned. I feel like maybe not just in the next month, but just like from this until maybe like the new year, I think people are going to see a lot of cool stuff and a lot of the things that we're working on, and just the things that we're working through ourselves as humans, and just sharing all that, and how we cope with it and deal with it, and what we do and what we maybe should have done better, all that kind of stuff. That's hypervision.
Yes, sir.
Like, we
Yeah,
out of here
you're right.
then.
You're right. That's it. That's all we got. Peace
Peace.
and peace and chicken grease. Horns down.